Hello.
Hello, Sean.
What's up?
How are you?
Oh, fine, yeah. Busy.
Yeah, you busy?
Busy with work, but not busy at work.
Got some more of those assignments to do?
I've got an assignment I need to do for tomorrow morning, but I've just lots of work. No, my boss has gone on holiday today, so
Oh, yeah?
he handed over and put me in charge. And then,
At work right now?
no, I'm at home. I finished
Okay.
early today. No, nothing was going on. I've been at work since 9. I was meant to do 9 till 9, and I just did 9 till 3.
Okay.
And because nothing's happening, and then people are messaging me like it's even more dead. A bunch of other people finish at like 6 o'clock as well, so apparently it's super dead in work right now, and they could send some more people home, but the guy who's there right now, who's still like training, isn't. So I'm looking at it like, oh god, he's wasting money by keeping him on. And then
Yeah.
I have to go into work tomorrow to speak to my boss's boss about money. Because he's seen our rotor and he's like, you're spending too much. You need to remove basically like 4 people
Yeah.
from all day shifts. And I'm like, I didn't even make that rotor. My boss made that rotor. I don't really want to mess with it, but I have to do something.
Yeah.
So I got to go in early tomorrow to do that, and then have a phone call with him an hour later to explain what I've done.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, and then my boss is back on Monday, and then that's when he follows up with the other phone calls. So he wants me to change 2 weeks, but I'm just going to do 1 week, and then my boss can do the other week when he's back on Monday.
Yeah.
But and then again, someone else in work is rung saying that they can't. It's just like family emergency sort of thing, and he's meant to be working all day tomorrow, and now he can't. And I have no idea if he's gonna. I have no idea what he's going to be working for the next like 2 weeks. I have no idea, which is frustrating. So now I've got to cover his shifts, which it's kind of done me a favor in some ways because I've saved money by not having him on. But I also need to replace him because he's like the last person to leave on some days. So now I need someone else to do that. And it's just like basically me and 2 others that can do it, and I'm already covering my boss, which means I'll have to be in the open at like 7 a.m. until 11:30 at night. And I don't really want to do that. Yeah. So, just, yeah, a whole lot of shit to deal with at once. I don't want to message my boss about it though and be like, oh, so-and-so has just called me and said this, this, and this, because he can't do anything about it and he's in like Greece or something. So what's the point in bothering him about it?
Right.
So it's just basically dead in work, but at the same time I'm very busy. So yeah, hey.
What do you mean?
Like I've got loads of jobs to do.
Right. Yeah.
Despite like not much is actually happening at work, I've got loads that I need to get on with. So I'm off tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day off, and I still have to go into work to do it. And I won't be paid for it. Yay. just doing more RuneScape.
Good. Aiden and I have been picking away at Baldur's Gate when he's on. Not on, I'm doing RuneScape.
Ah.
Where he's at today.
Dunno.
Message. Text today, handsome? Been playing lately? Anything? Or you just been working?
I mean, a lot of working, but I finished Liza P.
Oh yeah?
And,
how's the final boss?
hard as fuck.
Okay.
Well, no, it wasn't that hard. I mean, it was hard, but, like, it's hard because,
Say the end game, medium game, or early game's the hardest part of Liza P.
I had the most trouble in the middle.
Okay.
When they started introducing second phases for bosses. So, like, every boss had 2 health bars.
Right.
And that was frustrating because I'd run out of health.
Right.
And then it helped a little bit. You get a bit more, like, level up powers. Like, there's your actual leveling up, and then you can unlock
a perk tree with quartz.
Yeah, your perk tree. So when you get a bit further in your perk tree, it gets easier because that's the perk tree is the one that makes your health potions more effective and also carry more of them.
Okay.
And you also get passive benefits that you can choose. So you can try. Well, you can't really do a build. There's just some that are just objectively better.
Right.
And then there's some that there's no reason why you wouldn't take them. Like increased damage when this happens, and you're like, well, that happens all the fucking time, so I'm just gonna take that. Like,
yeah. I remember reading a review when the game had first come out, and one of his complaints was there's a lot of things on the perk tree that feel like they should have just been included with your base abilities.
Yeah, but that's one of them's like the ability to dodge twice rather than dodge once. That one's like a really basic skill. So you're like, oh, you know, there's like the first 2 perk trees you want like all 8 skills. All 8 are like really basic and good, and it's 2 of them being extra health potions, and then 1 is like dodge a second time after dodging. So like in Dark Souls where you dodge and then do a roll, it's the exact same thing. You can just dodge and then you can't do the roll. And then, can't remember what else there was. Like, I don't know. Can't remember. But once you got those, it gets easier, and then you also get like some really good weapons as you get towards the end, and then you get that dragon sword, twin dragon, whatever, and that was just miles better than anything else I'd ever had.
Really?
Like, just straight up better. It wasn't better in damage. It's just like its moveset is better.
Right.
Across the board. Like, the way you do the most damage in the game is by using your, like, what's called Fable, but it's like your special moves. They do more damage. They, like, do way more damage than anything else. You can do a heavy attack, and your special move will do, like, 5 times what a heavy attack does. Like, just insane amounts. And this just had a really good moveset, so you can do 3 moves using 1 charge each, or one move using 2 charges for the sword. And the 3-move one, which is a combo, is just a dodge, instant dodge, with better iframes, I assume. So even if you're stuck in something else, you can just press Y and dodge in any direction that you want. And then follow it up with 2 attacks, with the third attack being not a guaranteed crit, but just like really strong damage.
Right.
And then the other one, which is the 2-charge one, is just an AoE where you just basically swing your sword and just send out, like Dark Souls kind of had it, but you just send out like a blade of air forwards and it just hits anything in front of it, but it also passes through enemies, so you can hit like 4 enemies at once.
Like the Drake sword attack.
Yeah, so that was just like really useful. But then its actual move set, you can just do like normal light attacks, and they combo about 4 times, and that's fine. And then your heavy attacks, if you do a quick heavy attack, he does a slash and dodges backwards, and then you can follow that with another heavy attack that if you charge, he attacks twice and dashes into it. So you can dodge backwards and then do 2 heavy attacks as part of a combo. So you just got like more options and mobility, and you're like, oh, that's pretty good. But if you don't do a quick light attack, quick heavy attack, and you decide to charge the first move, he swings his sword around like a weeaboo, and then does just like a downward strike, which is enough damage on itself. But when he's swinging it around, it parries. And I didn't realize that until someone attacked me and I'm charging, like, oh no, you know, like I've been baited into doing a heavy attack and now I'm going to get hit for my foolishness. And he just blocks it and then hits with his heavy. And I was like, wait, what? I didn't realize that was possible. And sometimes it doesn't just block, it does like a perfect block, so you take no damage whatsoever.
Really?
And,
Okay.
that's just a normal heavy attack. It just blocks and then hits. And like,
And that's just part of the weapon's moveset?
yeah, it's not. That's just your heavy attack. That's your moveset. To be able to block and also hit at the same time is really useful. Yeah, so it's great. But the final boss is just like a spam guy, like that fucking blade lady from Elder Ring. He just does lots of leaping attacks and does lots of combos, so you don't actually get any time to do heavy attacks. You just have to do light attacks and dodges, and you kind of need to block like perfectly, but manually by that point in the game, because you get hit so much, you just need to perfect block and get the timing down. So it becomes a rhythm game by the end. But it's not bad. No, the story was like fine. I'd be interested to see what happens more, because it like opens it up for the DLC that's been announced and everything. It truly is like the best Souls-like that isn't Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's what I've heard everybody saying.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I suppose you don't count Bloodborne because that's made by From Software, but
yeah,
it's better than all the others, like Lords of the Fallen, the original, and God, Hellpoint, the Surge. It's better than the Surge.
Probably it's not better than Last Remnant too.
I don't count that just because the Last Remnant 2 is more of like, I know it's a Souls-like, but it's like a dungeon crawling thing, because
it is, yeah.
It's like if Gears of War was a Souls-like, you know, it's like,
it is very different combat-wise, yeah.
Yeah, it is. But no, it's really good. And there's numerous points in the game where I thought it was just going to end, and it just kept going. I thought there was like, I don't know, 6 chapters. You defeat that King of the Puppets guy, and you're like, oh, I've got to be near the end, right? And it's like, no, you're about 1/3 of the way through. There's way more. Like, it just keeps going. There's about 13 chapters, and I thought the game was going to end after 5. It's a good length to it. And then the New Game Plus adds... I don't know if it changes up enemies, but it definitely adds new items into the game.
Yeah.
Because you finish it, you can collect music records, which are pretty little songs. I don't know who the composer is for it, but they've done quite well. Some of them are like jazz songs, and some of them are ballads, and you can tell like it's a proper composer that's sat down and written them. It's not just some knockoff shit. And you can only collect about half the records. You get the rest when you play New Game Plus, and then you get better rings like +1, and you get a 6th perk tree that is locked until you do New Game Plus, and multiple endings, secret weapons. It's very good. I had like no issues running it, no bugs. I guess like it's not even a complaint. The only like downside of the game is that the maps are just really linear. You never get lost. And if you're entering like an area with multiple paths, they usually go back together. They don't have to go in 2 different directions. So you never have a problem of knowing where to go. It's really hard to miss stuff. But that's just... Because it's linear, it makes the world feel small, even though there's loads of maps and stuff to go through.
Really? You think it feels small?
Just because it's linear. So you do like 1 or 2 levels, and then you're in a new area, and then you're there for about 20 minutes, and then you're in a new area, and you blitz through it real quick. Because Dark Souls, you can like explore a bit. You can go up to that cliff and then drop back down, and yeah, there's shortcuts everywhere, but it feels more like you're exploring. Linear Liza P is so linear that it doesn't feel like you're exploring anything. You're just on a walk from A to B to C to D. But it's not bad. It's just, it feels somewhat limited because you don't have multiple paths, and you don't have freedom to explore the map. So
right.
It makes the map feel small, even though there actually is a decent amount of content into the game.
By the way, I did message you earlier, but if you would like to use your Amazon Prime on my channel, feel free.
Really? What do I get out of it?
No ads while you're watching.
I didn't even realize you played ads.
Not up to me. It does it automatically twice an hour.
Oh, really?
I could have it do it less, but then I would get less ad revenue split, like significantly less. I've got it at the bare minimum for the maximum possible ad revs.
Well, twice an hour isn't really much, is it?
No, it's not. For subbed, you don't get any ads. I'm also curious if you do resub with Prime, if it will tell me, because when Ness did it, it didn't tell me.
Well, it seems to have not told you this time either. Because I did it about 2 minutes ago.
It hasn't told me. Refresh the page and see if in chat it has an option for you to type a recurring sub message. I know the channel I use my Prime on, that's what I have to do to actually have the message pop in. I have to hit Prime sub, refresh the stream, and then I'll have an option to like, wow, it's my 20-month sub anniversary.
Show my 3-month streak in chat message.
Oh my god.
It's not. Do I have to write a message and then post it?
Probably.
God. That work?
Sure did.
Oh, there we go.
I'm simping. Thank you, Sean. Ness linked me, she's almost finished the sub badge I have her work. Very happy about that. It looks good. She has some ideas for, higher tier, or not higher tier, longer subscribed badges as well. 5 viewers? Why the hell have I got 5 viewers? Misclicked. Why would somebody be watching my stream? Yeah, thanks for resubbing, Sean.
No worries.
Hi.
So yeah, finished Resident Evil 4. Finished
Yeah.
Lies of P.
Yeah.
There is like some level of replayability, but I can't really be bothered doing Lies of P again.
There's replayability in Lies of P? See, that's the one thing I figured it wouldn't have.
To some extent, I don't know if it changes. As I said before, I don't know if it changes enemies, but it definitely adds more items into the game for when
In
you
New
play
Game
again.
Plus.
In New Game Plus, and then yeah, you can get a different ending if you wanted to in New Game Plus.
Okay.
Also, every boss drops a unique like thing that you can trade for either.
Oh, did you see the thing I messaged you? Unrailed and Dave the Diver both added trading cards today.
Oh yeah.
If you check your Steam, you might have a foil to sell off before they deflate in value.
Yeah, I had a look, but no foil. Not lucky.
Yeah. 65 cents for mine, but apparently there's a 2-day hold on it. I don't know why there's a 2-day hold on a 65-cent transaction, but whatever.
And then Resident Evil 4 has got replayability, but only in that you unlock stuff. Like, you know.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
And all that, which is fine, I guess. Like, play those on different difficulties and unlock all the costumes, which then does it like Metal Gear Solid, where if you equip the bandana, you get infinite ammo. It's like that.
Mm-hmm.
Unlocking weapons, and then there's the DLC, which I've still yet to play. Actually, forgot that existed.
DLC for which game?
Resident Evil 4.
What's the DLC for? Oh, is that the Ada thing?
Yeah, it is.
Can't believe how shit the voice actress for Ada and RE4 is.
Yep. Oh well.
It's incredible.
Doesn't sound Asian at all.
Apparently she is, though.
Yeah.
And the previous voice actress wasn't Asian, but sounded, like, believably Asian.
Weird. So now I'm playing that Lamplighters League thing. That's on Game Pass.
How's that?
It's actually alright, yeah. It's not like
It looked alright.
massively in depth for a XCOM game or anything.
It seemed like a fairly easy XCOM.
I suppose. Like I'm on like medium difficulty. I haven't had anyone die yet.
Yeah.
But then I have had a few missions where it's like, oh, this is getting hairy, and they've been downed and stuff. But that's usually because I just made a stupid mistake. Because I'm
When they
still
get
learning.
down, do they have like injuries between missions or something like an XCOM?
No, they get you get your own skill
I know
tree.
I know it's got the like darkest dungeon. Like they can get stressed out in a mission and they get like permanent effects after that.
Yeah, so you get if you get stressed out or you get downed,
Yeah,
which results in you getting stressed out anyway, I think.
makes sense.
When you get back up, you end up with something like 70% health, and then if you get downed again, it's like 30% health, and if you get downed again, you're dead and they're lost for good.
Really?
But
Okay.
if you apparently it did mention, oh, don't worry, there are ways to get your agents back, but yeah, they die. But I just had a message after doing like the first 3 missions that when an agent gets down, they're gone. So I mean, I never had him get downed and die off in the first couple of missions, so maybe they just get like injured and they come back straight away.
Yeah.
But now it's explicitly told me like they're dead.
Oh.
And then yeah, the doomsday clock will start counting down now, and you can actually lose the game and stuff now. So I'm in the game, I guess.
Doomsday clock triggered off you having someone die, or it triggered off of you progressing far enough in the story?
Progressing far enough.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And then yeah, the doomsday is just like you keep the clock low by doing missions, but
Right.
the higher reward missions, which lower the doomsday clock more, give you less actual rewards. So you have to take the other ones and let the doomsday clock build to get like gadgets and items and more currency, whereas your normal missions just give you the basic materials. They don't give you anything that great. But yeah, you do get like a stigma applied to you if you get downed or if you get stressed out. Every character can hold a card, which is basically a magic power, that then becomes an extra skill for them to use, and these cards can be upgraded using their own currency. And you can hold 3. You only start off with 1, but as you're either as they level up or as the game progresses, I'm not sure, you can then hold 3. But if you get downed or whatever, you get given a negative card, which overrides it and stays there until 3 days or 3 weeks have passed, or you pay money to remove it. And then if you stick it out and you get it removed naturally, you actually get rewarded for that in more card money, basically. But the one I had is every time this character attacks, they get dazed, which I think affected, I can't remember what dazed did. I think it was their accuracy. So like minus 50% chance to hit enemies. And I was like, man, that's really bad. Like literally every time I attack makes my next attack far more likely to miss, and whether it hits or not, I still get dazed. So I basically got no accuracy for the next 3 matches. So I was like, this sucks. Like they're crippled. Like I've only got 2 people basically.
Yeah.
But she was a melee character, and they just have like 100% accuracy all the time. So that doesn't matter. I was like, oh, that's fine. I didn't even realize I started playing. So she didn't miss. She got dazed, and she just didn't miss a single attack because she's point blank range all the time. And then after 3 weeks, it went away, and I got given some currency for treating it. I mean, it does block whatever card it's over. So the first basic cards I got was, what was it? Something called the Monument, which applies 2 stress to any enemies in my immediate area.
The enemies can get stressed out too.
Yes, the enemies can get stressed out. They get stressed out. They also generally have lower stress bars, so they can get like 5 points before they freak out. At that point, they will either run away, or they will attack their teammates, or they'll attack anybody. It's like kind of random, but it also makes them vulnerable to attack. And if their health, I don't know if it does it anyway, or if it's like the health is below 50%, but you can do a finisher, which is basically a free turn and instantly kills them.
Okay.
So you can stress them out and then just finish them off.
Imagine certain classes are better at stressing out soldiers than others.
Yeah, there's some which like they all have different abilities. Like this ranged dude is able to hit multiple people because he's got 2 guns, and his hits will strip armor, but he doesn't really do anything else. Oh no, he marks them. Sorry, so they are easier to hit or take more damage, I think. Someone else will poison them. Someone else can blind them. My melee lady can knock them down. So
But
I
the
don't know if they
brawler
miss
lady
a
you get
turn.
at the start.
Yeah, I don't know if they miss a turn or if they end up with like 1 less turn point on the next one because they have to stand up first. But then I've got some other lady who's an assassin, which I kind of regret getting because she's a stealth person, which is great, but she's also melee, and melee is like you just want one.
Right.
You don't want more than one person because they have to sprint across the battlefield to actually hit the enemy. Most of the enemies have ranged weapons, so you're dodging cover to cover to cover. It takes you like 3 turns to actually get to an enemy to then hit them, and it'll take you like another 2 turns to actually kill them, but they'll be right next to you the whole time, so you'll take damage, and it's just kind of like until she levels up more, she doesn't really have a good strategy. Her most useful thing is finishing enemies off. Like if I use my ranged dudes to weaken them, and she goes in and kills them, she gets an extra turn, and then she can kill him, and then kill the next, and kill the next, or just kill him and then run away. If I end my turn next to him, she's just going to take damage on the next one, so it doesn't really work. But the assassin lady will poison them when she hits, and she also has abilities where she can inflict stress with her attacks and remove stress from herself by doing something else, like I think killing enemies, stuff like that. But yeah, other magic powers. What's my other lady got? Oh, she's also got the stress thing. This guy's got fireball. It's like fireball, water ball, electric ball. Basically, they're called something else, but they just, it's that. You make fire appear somewhere.
Right.
But they're pretty useful. Like, the game does environmental stuff, so you can electrocute water, and it will shock anybody in those puddles. Fire burns oil. What was the last one? Fireball, electric ball. Oh yeah, water ball, yeah. I mean, creating a water puddle that you can then electrocute. But the game also has stealth in it, so it does it better than XCOM. XCOM was always annoying. Well, XCOM was always annoying, like, you meet the first 2 enemies or something, and then, like, that's it. The entire map is alert.
Yeah.
And you have to fight your way through. This is, like, segmented, so you'll have a battle in the first area and then progress through the map, a battle in the second, a battle in the third, but you can just stealth past it and never fight anybody.
Right.
And until you're in the fight, it's real time, so you can stealth, put people in places, and then launch the battle and ambush them for bonus damage, bonus chance to hit and stuff.
Yeah.
Set up environmental things in advance, and then time it so that when they're standing next to all this stuff, you can blow it all up at once. But they also have abilities they can use out of battle to take people down. Like the sneaky dude can assassinate people, but he can only assassinate one. So if you find an enemy that is facing away, he can just go up and assassinate them from behind, and then that's it. They're dead, and you don't have to fight them. But, of course, once the battle starts, that's it. You're in the battle now. So usually you stealth around a bit, weaken everybody, then launch the battle and go. And the only one where I took damage was I literally killed one person, then went straight into the battle by accident because they patrol around and they found one of my people who I thought was in a safe spot, and turns out they weren't. But that's pretty good. Like, you can actually stealth around and stuff and try to weaken enemies. And then on missions where it's like, oh, collect this, steal this item from them, you can just stealth in, steal the item, stealth out, and not fight anybody at all.
Cool.
Yeah, and the game...
How does that reward or hinder your like XP progression?
Well, I was about to say, like, the game just rewards you based on missions completed. So it doesn't matter if you kill every single enemy. You don't gain experience for killing enemies. You gain experience for completing the mission.
Cool.
And the game will just be like, here's 6 skill points for beating that mission, and here's another 2 skill points for doing the bonus objective. And you can spend all 8 skill points on one agent, or you can split them between all your agents. You can have all your agents have 0 skill points, and you can spend everything on the one agent and have him be like level 20 and everybody level 0. So it does XP that way. You can distribute it as however you'd like, and it's all based on your completion rate rather than you killing enemies. You know, like XCOM was like, you had to have someone kill this guy to get the experience, and then you just ended up using your more advanced skilled enemies, teammates, to weaken enemies and get your weaker ones to finish them off, so you were grinding it out. This one, it's like, yeah, I mean, you could send in your strong ones, get all the skill points, and then use those skill points to level up your weak ones. They don't even have to enter the battle. So it doesn't really hinder it at all. It also ends up being not terribly bad maps. You explore a whole bunch. You can be given multiple paths to take, because you can break down walls or have your sneaky dude sneak around. You take down certain enemies. They'll have keys on them, which will open doors to present you with like a bonus room on the map with like free items, or an alternate path to take that's safer. So yeah, it's not bad. I just like the stealth. Oh, shit. I just like the stealthing that it has in it.
Yeah, from the little bit of it I saw, it seemed good. On Game Pass, right?
Yeah, it is. That's how I'm playing it. It's very difficult to heal your characters, but I also don't have a healer. Like, I had the option to recruit one, and I went with the assassin lady instead, thinking offense is better than defense.
It probably is.
Probably, especially early in the game, but
yeah,
because of it, I don't have a good way of healing, so I literally rely on items that I find in the map.
Bandages.
Bandages, yeah. But you can buy them from a merchant to bring with you, but like, that's expensive. It costs money.
Camera's going crazy. Probably just my neighbor mowing, but that would be kind of weird because grass isn't really growing right now. Yeah, it's just my neighbor mowing. Kind of scummy. She's an older lady that pays a guy to come mow her yard, and he's probably just contracted to mow it, even though the grass hasn't been hasn't been growing. Like, the grass has probably grown a whole like 1.5 inches since he last mowed it. Straight up, genuinely does not need to be mowed. I haven't mowed in like a month. Now my watch is gonna buzz at me for the next 30 minutes while he mows her yard.
How's your watch buzzing?
Smartwatch. It's hooked up to my phone, so when I get a notification on my phone, my watch buzzes.
The phone's telling you that he's mowing.
I got a camera out front. Every time he zooms by on his
Oh.
mower, it sends me an alert that something's happening in my front yard. Little chain link fence between my front yard and my neighbor's backyard.
Yeah.
You hear about Israel and Palestine?
No. What's that?
The hot new band.
What music did they play?
Percussion, mostly.
Yeah, it's been all over the news. Enemies alerted. The banished court has called for reinforcement. Keep an eye out on troop transmats, a cult technology that lets the court move troops across the world nearly instantly. Flashing lights on the transmat sides indicate how much longer the agents have until reinforcements arrive. Okay, so I'm assuming that means 3 turns.
This is not the newest version of RuneScape.
Some coursework for tomorrow morning. I just can't be bothered.
Yeah, I lost my original account too. Had to restart. The new version of RuneScape is commonly called RuneScape 3. It looks a lot more modern than this. This is called Oldschool Runescape. Though I have some plugins going on that are highlighting enemies and stuff. Oh, I can't stand the new RuneScape. I don't like RuneScape 3 at all. I don't even play it. Old School is the only version I play. So, I like Old School RuneScape more, to answer your question. But if I was gonna pick one up and didn't have nostalgia for this one, I might play the new one. But I'd probably just play a different game, honestly. Nostalgia is most of what brings me back to this. That and watching the number go up. I do love watching the number go up. Having a little giggle there, Sean?
Yeah, this thing that was warning me that enemies were phasing in. They were phasing in after 3 turns, but I'd already killed every enemy. So I had 3 turns to set up. And then on the last turn, I set the ground on fire and then put one of them on Overwatch. So they phased in, instantly caught fire, and they got shot in the face.
What the hell? War crimes?
one of them died on the spot. Like, one of them didn't even make it off the teleporter.
Yeah.
And the other one didn't make it after the teleporter. Okay, that was easy. 1. Go recover this stash for the bonus objective. Job done.
Twitter. What are you trying to achieve at the moment? I am leveling Slayer, so I am assigned specific targets, in this case basilisks. So I am here just farming basilisks until I kill 126 more of them. In which case I will go get a new assignment and kill some new mob. I'm really hoping for is while I'm killing these 126 basilisks, that they will drop the Basilisk Jaw. I think is a 1 in 8... an 8,000 or 1 in 5,000 drop. It's worth like 20 mil, so that'd be good. Yeah, I was looking at Twitter earlier, Sean, and somebody just posted some like God of War 2 combo video. And somebody come along and just posted some random DMC5 combo video. The DMC5 video, even though it was posted like 13 hours later, had like twice the number of likes.
Man, I'm not good at making any combos.
Neither am I. Neither am I.
I always like the idea of games like that. Just absolutely suck at the execution.
Yeah,
Street Fighter, the newest one, and then the newest one gives you a different, what is it, like a different control scheme, so it doesn't more like Smash Brothers, basically.
Right, yeah. It's got a button to like instantly do a combo.
Yeah, but then because it does that, you're limited to just 4 combos.
Yeah.
Your special moves. You can just do up, down, left, right. But you can trigger them instantly. As a consequence, they do less damage because they're easier to trigger, and then you can only have 4. Just basically spam your weapon. But obviously you get the most out of it if you don't use that control scheme, because then you can do all of your special moves.
Right.
You just have to memorize it. And I think there's like something else that it limits you from being able to do, and it's like I don't know if it's like cancels or modifying your combos or something like that. I can't remember. But that was like more interesting to be able to go in and be like, well, I suck at this, so this new control scheme makes it easier for me. And the fact that it has like a single player, which is actually okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to play against real people, which is the worst part of Street Fighter.
True.
It tells you as well that you can play against... Oh, I don't know if you can change the setting to only be playing against certain people, but it will tell you if they're using the other control scheme or if they're using like keyboard, basically.
Yeah.
I keep finding grenades and ammo and stuff on the map, and I can't take them with me. And it feels like such a waste.
It is a waste.
It is. I wish I could take them with me, and then I could have more than
Get
one
bigger
grenade.
pockets.
You can. I just
Up wearing your skinny jeans.
haven't unlocked that upgrade yet.
If you carry gear out of the mission, can you then bring it on the next mission?
Yes.
Oh,
That's why it's a waste.
That is a waste, yeah.
I can take it with me out of the mission. I can then unequip it and put it in the like team bank.
Yep.
To equip it on someone else, which is great. Honestly, it's like 4 frag grenades and a smoke grenade just lying around. Surprisingly, I can't sell them, which I thought was weird. I can't sell gear for more resources.
What can you sell?
I'm not sure I can sell anything.
Okay.
Or if I can, I'm not really sure how. I've got to look into that. Maybe there's an option and I just haven't found it. Oh, there's some intel back there. I gotta kill this guard to get the intel.
Wheel of Time Season 2 is over.
Oh, I haven't watched it past the 3rd episode yet. Gonna have to go back at some point.
On Rand Al'Vir gets proclaimed the dragon.
Oh, I know that was gonna happen.
I know you know. That's the only reason I said it.
I kind of know. I mean, I don't know how the 2nd season ends, but I'm assuming it's gonna end with this battle where one of them blows a horn.
Yeah.
Because they've been teasing that horn thing the entire time, and I know one of the books ends in, you know that oh wait, it's not that village, but there is one village that gets taken over by the foreign slave people with the fucking
Pacifier
BDSM.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look terrible as well. Those pacifier mouths, absolutely.
They sure do.
Like the book describes it more of like.
The collars look okay, but the pacifier mouths look like shit.
I think the book is just a collar. I'm not even sure they have a mouthpiece.
Maybe they don't.
Let's Google that.
I know Egwene doesn't look like that in the books.
No, the book it's just a flexible silver collar with a bracelet and chain attached, so like a leash, basically.
Flexible
like
silver
leash.
collar, really? I didn't realize that. I like the
Yeah.
collars, like, pauldron thing they have in the show. But the mouth thing looks stupid as hell.
Yeah, so the mouth thing,
Yeah.
not in the book. That's the invention of the show.
Why would they do that?
Oh no!
It looks horrible.
I was like, maybe that's in the book, and it's just like this is, you know, they're having to trust the source. Nope, it's not in the book. I don't know why that's a thing. That's so weird. But yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, like I know he blows the horn and summons like ghosts or something. People who are bound to the wheel, who used to either be dragons themselves. No, you can't do that because he's the only dragon. There would be people who were friends of the dragon.
Yeah.
Of previous ones, like comrades, and who were highly influential. So they ended up gaining hero status, basically.
Mm-hmm.
He summons them, and then he launches an attack and drives out the how do you say it? Xianchan?
Kwisatz Haderach.
Asians. They're not Asian. They're something else.
Individuals
Asians
from the east.
Yeah, like the Asian. Oh, I say the Asians. Asian people, as a race, are in the books, and 100% of them are evil. Don't know what the author meant by that.
What do you mean?
Moraine's
warder is Asian, Sean. What do you mean?
No, he's not
Lan.
Asian in the book. He's not Asian in the book. He's from like one of the countries that basically got taken over during
Are you trying to tell me that in the book it takes place in an ethnically homogenous society?
No.
Okay.
No, because there's like all sorts.
Why is Lan not Asian in the book then?
Lan's not Asian in the book.
Lan?
Lan.
Isn't The Walking Dead? You're thinking of a different Asian.
What? In the book, he's not Asian. He's like Aragorn, basically. He's the king of a country that doesn't exist anymore.
Son of Aragorn?
Yeah, basically, whatever. Then there's
Isildur's heir?
There's
Got him.
all the boat people who pilot the ships are of like a different ethnic group, and they have like different cultures. And
You know, in the Fellowship of the Ring, the thing that Boromir didn't realize is that he was talking to Aragorn, who was the son of Arathorn, who was Isildur's heir, and that in fact Boromir owed him the allegiance. That's what Boromir didn't realize when he was talking to him, when he's bad mouthing him at the Council of Elrond. If he'd realized that, he probably wouldn't have been so rude.
Who else is in it? Yeah, all the Seanchan are a different race. Rand and the.
But when he realized that, he got embarrassed, and that he got all flustered, and he said Gondor has no king, and that Gondor didn't need a king. That's because his father was actually the steward of Gondor.
Yeah.
So if they'd had a king, they wouldn't have needed a steward of Gondor. It's like all political, you see.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
He's a usurper.
I wasn't sure you got that.
What was the fucking other thing? Yeah, Rand and all the people who live in the desert are basically another race as well. A different ethnic group.
I mean, the Aiel?
Ah, yeah. I forget the names. It's been a while since I read the book.
You'd only recently watched season 2. You might remember some of the things, even though there was an episode that I legit skipped about 45 minutes of the 1 hour episode because nothing happened.
Which episode was that?
I don't remember, but it was one of the later ones.
I don't know. I skipped it.
I did just skip it. I can't help you.
But yeah, she's they're like a different. The IL are like a different race or group or whatever. The Seanchan are a different one, and they are described in the book as being black, basically. No. The Asians aren't really in the book, but they are towards the end when they have like the actual battles, proper like, you know, Lord of the Rings Book 3, like this is it, the final stand sort of battles. They talk about how they have, I can't even remember what they're called.
Is Ishamael vaguely Middle Eastern like in the show?
Not sure. Can't remember his description. There's like 13 of them.
Is Lanfear just some hot white woman?
Yeah, she's meant to be.
Okay, at least they got that right.
Yeah, she's meant to be described as like incredibly beautiful and seductive, but
They got that right at least.
She's a total like evil bitch. So she's also obsessed with the dragon because when she was alive, sorry, she is still alive. Back before she became one of the evil people, before she became immortal, she was basically like the dragon's mistress, or she was just simping on the dragon all the time. She was just desperate to get with him.
You mean
he
lose?
Was like, he was like, I ain't touching that crazy lady. And she just kept going after it. And then she becomes so obsessed where it's like, oh, if I can't have you, no one can, and I'll kill everybody. That sort of like crazy white bitch.
What the hell?
Lady. So yeah, she's meant to be described as incredibly hot, but she's also psycho.
We here at GlenforgeGames respect women.
Yeah, and then yeah, they end up having like a force that joins them, and I remember it happening in the book, and they're basically like the Easterlings in Lord of the Rings. But I can't remember what they're called.
I can't believe that Rand blows up half of his own forces in the book. And then everybody goes, oh my god.
I mean, he does do that.
Told me about that.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened in the show yet.
No, it's quite. I mean, it's like book 7. It's at least like halfway through the entire series. Oh god, right. Alterans and Macedonians, Andorans, and Andorans. What? Isn't that a planet? Andor. That's definitely a planet.
That's from Star Wars.
Well, Andor is a country in the heart of the Westlands. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for though. Borderlanders. Is that what I'm looking for? Shine? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Nationality. Oh, it actually says that Ishmael the nation of their birth is just unknown. So, okay, well, that makes sense. He's so old. Ishmael, he was a handsome man in his middle years with dark eyes and cruel-looking lips. He had I don't know how to pronounce that word. Mellifluous voice. Extra dimensional entities.
What the
God,
hell?
there's a whole section of them. It's 5 different extra dimensional entities that are all in the book.
This isn't supernatural.
Well, there's the dark one, which is, you know, the main bad guy. There's Shida Haran. Who the hell's that? Oh yeah, I remember. Mordeth, I vaguely remember. I don't know what Bubble of Evil is. That's a... Okay, forget that. Anyway. The Domani are an interesting... it's not race, ethnicity, I suppose. Basically, like, they're just dominatrixes. Women hold all the power in their nation, and they have, like, harems of men. And it's like, I remember
Right?
in the book. Yeah, it's just in the book. Matt ends up becoming friends with a prince of that country, and they just like he just goes there and bros down. Like every night they go out drinking and he parties for like 6 months, and he ends up sleeping with his friend's mother, who's the queen, and then he becomes her like pet slave. And it's described how he get literally chained to a bed, and she just like bangs him and then locks him in the room, and comes back the next day and bangs him again. And it's just like that for like weeks on end. He gets kept as a sex slave. That's a whole section in the book.
Amazing.
Yeah. um find it on here anyway.
What are you
But
looking
yeah,
for?
whatever these race of people were called that are basically humans that voluntarily joined the bad guys, and they're from like an entire country. Their country got taken over, and always have been. And they're called like Darklanders or something, or can't remember. But it describes them as people who came from the east, beyond the mountains, just like really far east, and they're just savage and utterly evil, like chaotically evil, because that's all they've known their entire lives. And I remember sitting there going like, oh my god, they're Asians. They come from literally as far east as you can go. Like there's the race of people. Wow, what was Robert Jordan doing? But they reminded me the most of Easterlings in Lord of the Rings. Like they're just a nation of people that ally with the enemy.
Yeah.
And come from really far east or something. Only in those similarities, no other real similarity really.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember Lan being described as Asian. Maybe he is. They do have top knots and samurai swords, so I don't know.
Top knots.
Oh, it has updated. So. Work. Coursework. Yes.
How much do you have to do?
There's 3 things, as long as I just need to do one of them. So let me load it up. Should probably log into it, have a look. Overdue. Okay, this one. What's this one? This one is some questions. 1, 2, 3. 4. 4 questions. That's pretty easy.
You can do it, Sean.
It's all about mental health and well-being, so that sounds boring. What specific stresses are there within their roles that could go into their containers? What does it mean, container? What's in your stress container? Stress flows into the container. Vulnerability is shown by the size of the container. If the container overflows, problems develop, which is your stress signature. I've never heard of this shit before. I talk about something like that, and then there's a scenario, and then the question is, what would you do in this situation? Oh, it's boring. What's this other one? Food service. Okay, well this one's 24 questions, so that's going to take a little while. Not getting that one done quickly. That's boring. That's boring. That one's in progress. What's that? Develop working relationships with colleagues. Start learning. Oh, that one's only 5 questions, so I could do the 4-question one. Absolutely blag it, and then do the 5-question one, which is just about explain how to display behavior that shows professionalism. You know, those sort of questions.
Yeah.
How to receive and clarify your own understanding of information. Like, this is like... The questions are so low bar that it's actually kind of hard to answer them.
Yeah. Know what you mean. Way too generic to give a proper response.
Identify potential work-related difficulties and conflicts of interest. You're just like, I know what you mean, but that is so vague that I don't know how. I had one on one of the other things I submitted, and it was like, what are your like responsibilities in regards to health and safety in your role? And I'm like, okay, well, I'm responsible for basically everything. So everything is my health and safety responsibility. And I was like, how do I answer that question? Like, I'm responsible for the, I don't know, if a fire door is locked, that's a violation. It needs to be, like, have access in case there's an emergency and you've got to escape from the building. So I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for food preparation, even though I'm not a chef. Like, I supervise it, so like if someone gets food poisoning in some way, shape or form, that falls down to me. I'm responsible for if someone's sick and I have to make them go home. I can't have them work because they're working around food. I'm responsible, like, just there's like a million things. It's just everything to do with the business and operation in general. So I was like, I'd literally, I'm gonna write an essay on this one question. Like, I just,
oh hey, Humble Bundle actually has a bundle out for once. Got Tekken 7, Code Vein, Katamari Damacy Reroll, God Eater 3, Hells of Vesperia Definitive Edition, Hack GU Last Recode, Pac-Man Museum for $10.
Not really interested in any of those.
Yeah, that's fair. Neither am I. I was just surprised to actually get an email with an actual bundle. Haven't had a bundle from Humble Bundle in a long time. I've just missed the emails for him, but...
just sitting here listening to this video talk about stress container. Like, oh, if you have a big container, you can probably hold all those life stressful things without it like overflowing and basically resulting in, I don't know, whatever keywords he's using. And I'm just sitting there remembering Dave Chappelle ask an audience member, "Do you know what mileage on a hoe is?" And I'm like, "This is it." I'm like, "I've got a lot of mileage." Oh, it's activity. I didn't do this other mission, so now it's gain 2 threat. Okay.
Oh.
World map. It's not enough to delay the doomsday clocks by running missions or to find 3 or more keystones. You will also have to steal samples of each enemy's catalyst, which is the hidden sources of their power. Keep running search expeditions. Dig long and hard enough. Eventually, you'll return a lead. And then you plan a heist. Once a heist is complete, an agent cannot enter the tower until it's defined. Okay. Right. I have a recruitment mission. Yay. You can recruit Fadir.
Thank God.
Fadir Volkimorda, a defensive hitman and bruiser. So he's a melee class. Defensive hitman, I don't know what that means. I wish I could see like the skill tree of the enemy or what moves they get before I decide to go do this mission to rescue them. I don't need another defensive bruiser because that just means he's going to be a melee class. So I'll have 3 melee agents and 2 ranged. I could really do with another ranged. I need another damage one. What's this? Steel Court Intelligence. Destroy destroy a radio tower.
Probably a radio
Steal
tower.
supply caches. Yeah, that's the mission. My reward will be a mod for weapons, which increases accuracy by 10%, or hit chance, and just skill points in general, and some healing points, whatever I use. Though healing points are useless to me right now because I haven't got a healer unlocked, so I can't do anything with it. But the healing points, you get like weapon points and healing points, and I think they basically increase the max health of all soldiers. It's like research, basically. But I can't do anything with it, so stealing supplies is a bit useless because I don't have anything to spend them on. So I guess I'm gonna do... I don't know. Recruit that guy, I guess. Don't really want to, but an extra person isn't gonna hurt compared to whatever else I'm doing. Increase the number of consumables that agents can equip by 1. Yeah.
Oh my god. Cracked.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna go recruit that guy. Assign agents. Do that. Can I get someone else to do some shit while I'm doing this?
Whoa! Ow! On, you still there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Just got very quiet. Are you winning?
No, I want to go to bed, but I need to get this done. It's also kind of early to go. Ugh. Right. You seen a Next Fest thing on Steam with all the demos of games that are coming at some point?
All that was a thing, but I didn't check out any of the upcoming demos.
The number one most popular is Enshrouded. It is like most wishlisted, has the highest daily active players for demo, and it's the highest trending. It's by far the most popular. Second is like Deep Rock Galactic Survivor.
The hell's that?
It's the top-down arena shooter from Deep Rock Galactic.
How was that?
You know, Rock and Stone.
I know what Deep Rock Galactic is.
Yeah, do you not remember they announced it as like they did like a teaser and it was like an April Fool's thing, I think. It might not have been an April Fool's thing. And they decided to develop it into a full thing. So it's a survivor-like auto shooter. Take on hordes of lethal aliens, mine riches, unlock powerful upgrades. But it's like isometric. Instead of yeah, it's an auto shooter. It's Vampire Survivors. But instead of killing all the monsters, you're mining rocks while all your robots kill stuff for you. And then you have to escape with all the rocks, I guess. I don't know. 4 playable characters. 30 weapons. 10 enemy types. Single player. There's a bunch of other things on here. Enshrouded. Can install the demo. Okay. It's 30 gigabytes. I'm installing the demo.
What a gamer.
Enshrouded is online co-op single player. I don't know how to... I mean, it's an open world survival crafty thing, but I remember there's something about it that made it different from the others. Like a twist. I can't remember what. Anyway, it's up to 16 people online.
Oh my god.
They were like, I remember reading something, and it was like, oh, it's as if you combine Valheim with some other game. Oh, is a Valheim-style survival game with Dark Souls-style bosses.
What are you talking about?
Apparently. That's what this demo game is.
Deep Rock Galactic game?
No, it's a different one. It's a game called Enshrouded.
Never played Valheim.
It's worth playing. It's
Lie
pretty
to me.
fun.
Don't lie to me,
It's
Walt.
It's only worth playing like with friends.
I don't
You
have
get
any
like
friends,
a
Sean.
if you get some friends who own the game,
Are you
and
talking
you
like
play
that,
it.
Sean?
You get some friends who own the game and
I'm a
play
good
it.
Southern
One
boy
of you,
when you get tired, clearly.
one of you host it. It's pretty good.
Why don't
Explore.
y'all host that game right there?
Yeah, it's yeah, Valheim's alright. It's pretty good. It's nice. I like the building in Valheim because it's like really
Vanheim?
simple. Valheim.
Vanheim?
It's really
Oh yeah,
simple.
Vanheim. I like it at the game Vanheim. It's very good.
Yeah, the building is really simple. Because of that, like it's really easy to build things that look good. So you don't.
You know
need
what
to
game
cost
has
people-
simple building, Sean?
Oh, Minecraft.
Forest 2, Sons of the Forest.
It's not that simple. Like
I
that's
don't know
overly
that.
simple. Oh no, they got custom parts now. Didn't they add that eventually? Yeah. Download Enshrouded. We can play it sometime. And by play it sometime, I mean maybe tomorrow. The rest of the week I'm working every day, all day. The only other game I found interesting on there was Sentry, but that's not multiplayer. Well, the demo isn't multiplayer. The game will be, but demo's just single player, sadly.
Oh.
A game called Sentry in the Steam Next Fest. And it has a demo, and the demo is single player only, but when it comes out, the actual game, it will be multiplayer.
Why does it keep clicking there? I'm going insane. Fuck, I've got auto retaliate on, of course. You awake over there, Sean?
Yeah.
Are you
Playing
learning?
No.
Oh.
I should be. On Wednesday, the 11th, this website's going to be temporarily unavailable due to a system update. And I'm like, but tonight is the night that I'm using it. out of all the days. What's the question?
What is the question?
Stress at home can make these types of what specific stresses are there within their roles that could go into the continuous? Okay.
There is. Today was Thursday. It's only Wednesday. Amazing. Cat messed up my blinds and I've just now noticed. She must have been rubbing up on them.
Yeah. Our bottle was empty. Ugh.
Are you having fun with the game, Sean?
It's on pause while I just bang out and answer this question.
What's the question?
What specific stresses are there within team members' roles? What do team members find stressful about their job, basically? So I'm just throwing that out as a question, like just a stream of consciousness blagging it.
Buzz, that's purple. Buzz, you're colorblind. Clearly purple.
You've noticed a member of your team has regularly been sending. Hang on. You've noticed that a member of your team has been regularly sending emails late at night and early in the morning.
Definitely.
You say you've noticed they seem to have been working long hours. They respond by saying they're struggling to keep on top of their workload, and they feel that working long hours is the only way they can keep on top of their workload. What would you do in this situation?
Give them a raise.
What do you think the risks and warning signs are with this person?
They're a hard worker and a go-getter. They got upper management written all over them.
Yeah, sure. I'll just write, this is the ideal employee, and move on to the next question.
That's the correct answer. It's not what they want you to say. What'd you put for your answer, Sean?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm gonna make it up right now. Okay.
God.
Actually, that's a really short answer.
You what?
Just straight to the point. Just like tell the team member that they're working too long and highlight these warning signs. If they're working consistently long hours, that increases their risk of burnout. If they're working long hours and they're still struggling to keep on top of their workload, they're a terrible employee. It highlights that their workload is probably unrealistic, and it may be possible to address this with someone and offer your own help to offset their workload. I don't know. That'll do. Make some notes on any areas of concern or development you may want to discuss with your team member. If you don't have any, just put NA in the box. I'm just going to put NA. That's another question fixed. Save. Answers have been saved. Next page. Oh, there's only 2 questions on this one. Oh, wait. There's only 1 question. Easy. Scenario. You notice that Natalia, who is usually one of your strong performers, has missed several targets over the last 2 months, and you brought this up in your performance review, but she insists that she's fine. You've received reports from clients. This is geared towards a different industry. That Natalia has also started turning up late to some appointments. You decide to bring this up again in your next one-to-one. How do you approach this conversation? Natalia, why have you been late? Question mark. Do I write with Natalia's response? Click here for suggested response. Oh, wow. I can just copy paste that. Oh, I need a drink.
Oh no.
Back to Gabe. That's the exit. But this area also has enemies in it, so oh, it's a bonus objective. Let's go.
Oh my god.
Man, I stealthed that entire section.
Job,
There,
son.
oh, there's an enemy up ahead. Damn it. There's an enemy up ahead, and it's a freaking mummy that's risen from the dead, which is also immune to takedowns, so I can't even stealth kill it.